Mr. Irontrader, this is the last call of the day and of the week here. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. We'll take a look at natural gas, gold, silver, and we'll take a look here at Bitcoin. And we'll take a look at the indexes, which are nice and green. All right, at the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted for crude and natural gas, along with the Baker Hughes rig count. The video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by selling stock market ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now you can see here, well, we're just dropping right on off. Okay, kind of the whole situation here. Now, again, I was always just basically just trading the UCO, but when we lost this 100-day, now I'm trading the SCO2. I do on the short side here because we lost that key 100 SMA here. Now you can see here how we ran right up here, 21 today, stopped it, stopped it, stopped it, stopped it again, big red candle, and now we're coming in all the way down here. We lost that 100 SMA. Now, realistically, what's happening is that T-Man came out and he said that, they have a deal, they're close to a deal, and, he called off the big bombings and all that kind of stuff, The problem is it's not really confirming, with what Iran is saying. So we don't know what's going to happen here, even over the weekend. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go out flat today. And then Sunday night, you can start trading 8 o'clock Sunday night, 24 hours all the way till a Thursday. Remember, next week is going to be a shortened week. There's June 19th, and that's a holiday for the stock market. So there's only be a 4-day week next week. Now, what we're looking here on the downside, we're going to be looking right here is at 83.20. Next big level is going to be right there. It's going to be 78.97. And then we have your target of 73.34 level. Now, on the upside, we got to get at least right back here to that 85.74 and back really above that 100-day at 86.52. If we do, you can run into a very, very strong resistance at 90.25. Right there at 21 at 93.85, and then that 50-day at 96.52 level. Now, if we get above that, we have a nice big target at 105, but right now we got a downtrending situation, and I don't think any traders want to get in here because just in case there actually is a deal, okay? We don't know. I don't even know, and I don't know if anybody really knows who exactly is running Iran, okay? So that's where the whole thing kind of falls apart here for me on the whole situation. But again, we got to just trade the charts, okay? And that's what we're looking for. So if we lose today's low to 83.20, then we're just going to be looking right there to 78.97. That would be a really nice shorting opportunity. And actually from there, all the way back down to the 200-day would be another good shorting opportunity. Now, this is not oversold. This could go lower. This could go sideways even. It was sideways, but this could go even lower situation. So right now, I don't see anything really, really great unless we get some news where maybe Iran starts bombing again or U.S. if we have that back and forth issue, then it could take it up here like we had yesterday. But again, we just, we can't really see exactly what's going to happen. Now, here he is. We have the old Brent, and this is actually even worse because now we lost a lot of the steps. So we got the lowest 85.80. Where we're watching the bottom of that candle right there, okay, at 86.08. Okay, so right there, we're kind of holding it right now. So again, if we lose it, we go right to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 83.88. We're looking at the bottom here, 81.16 level, and then we're looking right here at that 200-day at 77.88. Now, this is actually worse here because see how it crossed the 50-day, 21-day crest of it, and now we're headed right here crossing this 100-day, and that's going to be strong resistance, as you can see, and we have this downtrending channel kind of situation. So maybe we just topped out here in the crude here for now. We got to see, but I can see, I talked to other traders, and they're just really not interested in buying up here because if there is some kind of a deal, it's going to fall right down to here, 73 on WTI and 77 on Brent. Now, we're not oversold here. This could go lower. This could go lower. So bottom line here for me now, once we lost this 100-day, for me now it's just a two-way trade. Okay, let's take a look now at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. Now, actually, natural gas here was actually good, a little bit good on the scalper here today. Okay, with the UNG. Now, it came all the way down here. Looked like it was wants to go lower, but obviously it didn't. So we're holding the top of this candle right there, which is good, okay? And we're back here above the 21-day. But again, we're stuck pretty much right here at the same position, okay? So right now, on the downside, you're watching right here, 3.11 level. Then we'll come right here at 3.07. You have 3.05, today's low at 3.03. And then if we lose it, we're going to come down here to that 2.94, okay? We lose that, we're going to come down to the 50-day, very, very simple. Okay, now, we're back above this 21-day here. It did not held it like it held here, and this kind of broke through. So now we got a lot of resistant level here, okay? So first of all, we're looking at that 100-day at 3.13. We got the 21-day at 3.16, and then 3.18 level. That's going to be very, very key. Now, if you get above that, then we have your 100-day here sitting at a 328, and then we have your 21-day or 200-day, and then we have your 50-day at 339, and then we come up here at 349. We're realistic. We got to get back above this 100-day and that 8-day. That'd be good. But right now we have a downtrending situation. See how we have this high, lower high, and a series of lower lows. That's not really good. To me, this is just a scalper, okay? UNG for the long, KLD for the short. That's pretty much what you have. Sideways action here. The green went over your red. That shows downtrending situation. This is flat. This is flat. There's really nothing here. This needs some kind of a catalyst here to ram up higher. So right now, this is just a trade. Small trades, UNG, scalp on the long, KLD, scalp on the old short side. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Now, yesterday we put this bottom in here at 46 level, and you can see we're holding it. This was the key level that we were holding, would be that 4100 at bottom of that candle, and that retest of this candle here at 4100. So far we're holding this here on a closing basis, and that's the key. Now, we're stuck right here. We got to get above this 42.66 level. That's that 50-day. But if we do, you're going to run right into big-time resistance right here at 43.16. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty good-sized brick wall if we keep right on rolling up here. Now, again, if we can get above that, well, then we got that 200-day sitting right there. That's going to be your target at 44.43. And then we have your 21-day at 44.53. Now, Sunday night when those futures open, this 21-day is going to cross that 200-day. Okay, so that's how it is now. But that's not what it's going to be Sunday night. So this is going to be strong resistance. Then we have that 8-day sitting right above that. Okay, and then we'll reduce. We have that 50-day, that 200-day, and then we can get all the way up here. But right now we have a downtrending situation. But we do have this green candle with a bottoming tail. See how nice that is there for the week? That's a bottoming tail. So let's just see if we can get a rally up here and see if we can get up to that 8-day. Now, reaction, what's going to be once it hits that 8-day? Is it going to crack above and go higher, or is this going to stop it? Now, on the downside, you're watching obviously today's low at 41.91 level. Okay, that's going to be key. But realistically, this is what we're really watching, is this 4100 flat. That's going to be very key. If we lose it, then we have that 46 level. If we lose that, here's your big target. It's going to be right here. It's going to be that 100 SMA at 35.63. Now, it's not going to go directly there because we have resistance, the support going on right on here. However, that's going to be your big target situation on the downside if we lose that key 4100. So basically what you're trading is be that 4100 and this 40.46. That's the downside, okay? If we lose it, you got the 100-day. Upside, we got this right here. This 8-day. You can see how strong it is. Once we get above that, then we'll be aiming right for that 200-day and that 21-day situation. Now, we are to an oversold condition right here. See this? We're way oversold here, okay? That's not good, okay? So, again, it can stay oversold for a while because this is not oversold. This is still trending down. This is still trending down. But, again, we're on a downtrend, and you can see how strong that 50-day was. See that downtrend? Just absolute downtrend. So, again, we got to watch that 8-day. Once we close above that 8-day, then we know we will reverse that downtrend and we can take it back up. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now, we made this bottom here yesterday at 61.59, okay? And you can see here how we came right on down when we held that 61.21 level. Look how nice that is. See, this is why this blue lines, all they are is just, price channels, and all they are bottoms and tops of candles. Very, very simple, okay? See, tops of candles, bottoms of candles. Very, very simple, okay? And we're holding that, and we're also holding that 50-day, which is good. Now we're back above here, this 200-day at 67.63. So you got to watch this. This is very, very critical, is this 67.63. That's your 200-day. We lose it, we're going to go right down, retest today's low. That's going to be a situation. You're going to want to watch that 50-day at 62.59. That right there at that 61.22. That's going to be very, very critical on a closing base. If you lose it, your big target's going to be right here, this 47.22 level. That's your 100-day. You lose that, you got the 200-day right below it. Right now, you can see how strong that 8-day is. See, just like I said right here. Okay, so look at how many times. Yeah, we popped above, but look, you close below. Close. Look how many times that we closed above. Look how strong it is. So this is key. 68.51. Once we can crack above that, then we have a nice big target up here at that 73.51. Now, we also want to watch it right above that is 74.54. That's going to be very, very key. We get above that, we have your 50-day, then we have your 21-day. Then we have some breathing room to go maybe to the 100-day, and then we have the retest. But right now, watch that 8-day. You can just look in the past. You got to respect it. If it can break through there, what says it's going to break through now? But once it does, and eventually it will, once we get above that key 8-day, then we got a nice good shot right on up. Now, right here, we never got really to an oversold condition, but we came down close. The green is still below your red here. We're still downtrending here, and we're sideways action here. But we have a nice, good bottoming tail on the weekly chart, which is always very good. So let's just see if we can get a little pop here, get above that 68.51, and then we can start heading for the 21-day and the 50-day in that old Hondo. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, so came around down, we hit that 59,275 level, right? So what we're watching right there is that right here, the 200-day, 62,228. We're holding that, okay? And we're holding right here, that's 6,000, and we're holding this 59,275. So we came on down, we had sideways consolidation, pretty much like we had here. But you notice now we're back above that 8-day. So this is extremely critical that we have to hold this 63,201. Very, very critical. Next level, you have to hold that 62,228, and then we want to hold this 6,000 mark, and obviously we want to hold that 59,275. Okay, now if we lose that, right here's going to be your target. It's going to be 49,365. Okay, but we have to lose all that in order to get there. But right now, I think we're getting to a point here where it's just like pretty much like sold out, and then they're really, look at all the selling that was in. And I think really people, traders are looking at, well, wait, this was more than cut in half. Okay, maybe this is the buying opportunity. So as long as we hold this 8-day, we're looking really good. Now, today we made this high of 64,485. We're looking right to the left here, 64,365. Your next level right here is 65,925. Venture up here at 67,975. And then we come down here at 77.50. And then this is what we're looking for, is that 21-day at 79.25. Very, very key, okay? Then we obviously have 73 and 74. Then we want to always watch here that 8-day at 73 and 73, okay? So that's going to be your key. But right now, what you're really watching is just a couple key levels. On the downside is this 8-day. If we lose it, then we want to watch that 200 SMA here, okay? The retest of 6,000 and this retest right there. But if we can rally up here, we got some really nice, good clear. Okay, now minus this here, we have a good clear shot right to that 21 SMA. Now, futures open on Sunday, it's not going to be 79.25. This is going to be lower, and that's going to be very strong resistance if we can get back up there. So a lot of times when you have a downtrend situation like this, what it does is it'll rally up here. Then it runs down, then it goes sideways, and eventually it'll break out, sideways, breakout. So this is over a long period of time. I think Bitcoin's going to have its day, but I think it's more going to be like towards the fall, in the wintertime is when I think this is really going to rally up here, okay? Now, what I do like about it is your oversold condition. We're at the bottom here, a little bar is moving up. But what I like here is this positive divergence here, a low, higher low, and a low, and a lower low, okay? So always pay attention to that. This RSI is a great, great indicator, okay? Because it not only measures relative strength, but it can give you all that situation here. You know what I'm saying? On, divergences, positive and negative, and it works very, very good. It's like a first red flag. And just because it one hat of the flag, that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just going to go long here. No, no, no. You got to use one, and then you say, okay, now we're back above the 8-day. That's positive here. Okay, and then we'll look for something else. Okay, we're above the 200-day. Now, once we start cranking up here, then you can just say, okay, now we're working out here to the next one. So never just depend on one simple thing. But again, don't jam your charts up with all this nonsense where you got to have 50 indicators. Man, all you're doing is spending your time looking at these indicators. You know what I'm saying? Keep your stuff simple. That's the key. Okay, let's take a look here now at the indexes. Okay, here we have the index. Now, the big thing today here was SpaceX. Okay, so you're sitting there now about 169.20. You open at 150 flat. Okay, so it's supposed to open at 135. It opened up at 150. Now, I have to admit, okay, I couldn't stand it. Okay, I put an order in there for 152. Okay, and I happened to get it. It was a very small order. Okay, and again, I rocked out of that thing. It got as high as 176.52. I dumped it at the 175. Okay, so I don't know. I couldn't stand it. I know. I was thinking, Jesus, man, this could be some really easy money here. Let's just see how that all goes. And so, boom, I'm in and I'm out. Now, I'm going to keep my eye on it to see if we have a little bit of pullback. But this could be SpaceX could be a really, really good trader. Now, just remember, all the people who own this is they can't really dump it. You've got a 6-month window there that they can't dump the stock, okay? So just take today's date here and go out 6 months, okay? So right now what you have is June. So I got July, Okay, July, August, September, October, November, December. So they really can't even dump it realistically, maybe till in December, the end of the year, or maybe even next year, kind of a situation. So this could be a really, really good trading opportunity. I know I said I wasn't going to get into it, but I'm looking at this thing. I couldn't stand it. Now I put an order in. And I always put an order in for everything and say, oh, no, you can't do that. You got to put it, you couldn't buy it before hours, okay? It only had to be like an after hour situation or maybe during regular hours. So I just put it in there and it hit the situation. And then I just figured, okay, I'm going to get out of it because I don't know what it's going to be. And we'll have to see how it's going to start trading on Sunday night. But it could be a very, very good trader, like a scalper like Tesla is, okay? Well, look, Tesla, what a great move. Over 386. Now you're back over to a 401, okay? So look at what a great trader, and that could be the same kind of a situation. All right, here we have the Dow. It came right on down, and we hold that key 8 SMA, and now we have like an indecision candle. So we're looking at the high it is, 51,409, and then right here, 51,660. Once you crack that, you're going to go to that 52,000 very easy. Downside, just watch that 8-day, watch that 21-day, and then watch that key 50-day. We have the retest here, then we have your 100-day, and then we have your 200-day, then we have a gap in the fill. But right now, this here is still looking very, very good. Positive like, okay? So this is only a 58. This is sideways action here. So overall, not bad. Easy way to trade this is U Dow for the long, S Dow for the short. Okay, here we have the old S&P. Now, the S&P rallied up here, but right now you notice that we're stuck right at that 8-day. That's why I always say how strong this 8-day is. Now we have that crossover, and that's never good. So we're stuck right there. So this is the key that you got to get above is 74.24. Your next big level is going to be 74.67. You got to get above that. Then we can start hitting this level here, 75.41. We have 75.98 and then 76.20. Very, very good, very, very easy situation, okay? But again, we had this negative divergence, and you can see where it sold right on off down here, but we held that 50-day. Very, very key. On the downside, just watch that 50-day. As long as we're holding that, it's going to be sideways to up action. We lose it, then we got your 100-day, we have your 200-day, we have your gap and fill all the way down here, okay? Now, here we have the old NASDAQ. Now, NASDAQ was kind of a lagger, okay? You can see where this one had a nice, good pop. That Dow had a good pop, but this one's like right in there. Now, this could very well possibly be people are taking profits in here so they can get into SpaceX. Okay, so just remember that. That's what you have to look at. That could be a good possibility kind of a situation. So what we're looking here is now that 8-day. Cross that 21-day. That's not good. Okay, so we're watching this 8-day. Very, very key. We get above it, then we have that 21-day to shoot above that. Then we come up here at that 26,572 level, and then we have a 26,923, and then we can retest that 27,190, and we can see what the reaction is. It blasts through and start heading up here, or does that's where it is, okay? Now, on the downside, just watch that 50-day. Very, very key, and then watch that retest right here at that, right there, at that 24,980. That's going to be very, very critical situation here. So let's just see how this shakes out, like, say, Sunday night, okay? Because right now, everybody's jammed up here at the SpaceX side. Oh, man, this is good. This is great. This is good. You know what I'm saying? But let's see if this momentum will last in the whole situation. Because now you look at NVIDIA, okay? Now, NVIDIA turned red. Meta turned red. Netflix is red. Apple is red. Amazon is red. Microsoft is red. Google is still up. But everything kind of turned here now. So let's just see if maybe was this the top in the whole situation? So give it a little time. Sit on your hands. It's not easy. I couldn't even sit on my hands with that freaking SpaceX. I can't believe I even did that. But I couldn't stand it. I said, I got to get in here, make a little money here today doing something, okay? So that's what I did. I jumped in there, but actually today was a really good trading day. Tesla was a very good trading day. My TQQs was a really good trading day. And actually, BITX for Bitcoin, that was a really good a trade there situation. Okay, crude oil and natural gas, that was still a good situation. Okay, so there was a lot of good trading things. So if you can't find one thing, just look for something else. You know what I'm saying? Have a whole list on your charts there, and that way you can find something else. You can always make money. Alrighty, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here Sunday night, 7 o'clock. We'll have another video for you. Have a great weekend. I'll see you then.